Hello everyone and welcome to Nezori. We are playing the demo today. The full game is actually planned to release in the first quarter of 2026. If you want to try the demo out, you can go to Steam and download it right now. And it says, embark on a cute action RPG adventure as a fox girl searching for the legendary hot springs in a land of fox and wolf girls. Now they sent me a code for the demo before it was available so that we could go ahead and try it out. So we're gonna go ahead and start a new game. I'm just gonna put it on easy. I just want to see what the game is about. I'm not here for a challenge at the moment. And we got a little intro scene. For centuries, this land was home to the Nezori. It was a time of peace and harmony, and their society flourished. Oh, perfect. I can use my controller. The mountain was a sacred place, revered by those who lived there as they sought to learn its secrets, yet nothing stays the same forever. Everything changed when the newcomers came to the mountain. The Southians made the mountain their home, and the two learned to exist in an uneasy balance. Several decades have passed since then. Watching over the sacred shrine, the Southians protect the land as its new guardians, turning away all who would cross into their territory. Despite this, peace between them and the Nezori has held for now. Strange forces have begun to threaten the harmony they share. Something must give way, and the time is fast approaching. But such discontent has yet to reach the Nezori village. Ratsuko? I think is how you pronounce it. The sun is shining this morning. On a beautiful day like this, there's only one thing to do. Katana training, obviously. Yeah. I'll run through the basic forms to prepare myself for whatever the day will bring. Yesterday's training was interrupted by a storm, and the previous day I was held up by an accident outside, but nothing can stop me today. Well, sorry. Good morning, Atsuko. Himari? Okay. You know, you really should look outside before you answer the door. What if I were a burglar? I have my katana. That's a terrible thing to say to your best friend. Didn't you just ask what I'd do if you were a burglar? Anyway, isn't it a beautiful day? I was just thinking the same thing. On a beautiful day like this, there's only one thing to do. Katana training. Drinking tea. Tea? Of course! Drinking tea is an indoor activity. Exactly. You look out the window at the sunlight streaming down over the village, and the tea helps you truly enjoy the view. You don't seem to understand. A katana embodies the warrior spirit. There is no better way to become one with your warrior spirit than to practice in the heat of the blazing sun. That sounds awful to me, by the way. I think I'd much prefer to become one with my tea drinker spirit. Same. Fine. I'll make us some tea. A proper host would never decline to make tea for a guest. Thank you. You always make the best tea. My tea never turns out as delicious as yours, even when I use the same type of tea leaves. I don't understand it. I can mix up bitter medicine flawlessly, but not delicious tea. It's important to follow the correct tea brewing technique, you know. There's a special technique? Yes. Would you like me to teach you? Has the time come at long last to pass down my tea brewing expertise? Yes, please. Then listen well, dear Himari. I will teach you how to make a proper cup of tea. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of reading. First, you wake up at the crack of dawn to gather fresh tea leaves from the sacred grounds of your private garden. If you fail to wake up at dawn, you must wait until the next day. Then you, wait a minute, if the timing is so important, then isn't the time at which you actually get the leaves more important than when you wake up? Very true, the leaves must be gathered before the sun is fully above the horizon. And if I miss that, then I need to wait until the next day. Exactly, so you must plan your schedule accordingly and take care not to get distracted. For example, the other morning I was so enraptured by the sunrise that I failed to get my tea leaves in time. I am reading this fast, this is not sped up. If I took another 3 days before I managed to gather the necessary leaves, I see. Then, once you have the tea leaves, you meditate throughout the day on the beauty of a tea while running through your katana forms. This might surprise you, but tea has a great deal in common with swordsmanship. Would you like me to explain? No, I think I'll pass. That's what I think about Hermione is she's always so focused. Today she wishes to learn how to make tea and she won't be distracted by trifles. Let's move on then. You've spent the day meditating on your freshly gathered tea leaves. When night falls, you head out and gather pure water into a crystal vessel under the moonlight. Then you bring it back home and wait until the next day, at which point you place the tea leaves in your teapot and boil the water. Wait exactly 2 minutes for the water to cool. Pour the water into the teapot and let it steep for exactly 1 minute before you serve it to your waiting guests. Amari? Oh, you're finally, I mean, I was just letting your lesson sink in. So the temperature of the water and the length of time you let the tea steep or what make it so delicious? That's all she took from my careful, detailed explanation. My tea mastery perfected over the years has been reduced to such mundane advice? No, I mustn't let it get to me. A gracious host offers tea, even when it's not understood. I'll get the tea. Thank you. As delicious as ever, even though the true artistry behind it is sadly misunderstood. So Atsuko, I was wondering what you think about... Aha! You want to ask me something about the village history, don't you? That's amazing. How could you tell? One must learn to anticipate the requests of one's friends so that one may help them in every possible way. Also, I heard gossip that you've been visiting the archives frequently. To tell you the truth, I've been researching the legendary hot springs. It's a popular story among children, but you truly think the legendary hot springs exist? I'm sure of it. The old records here in town reference them too often for it to be only a legend. Beautiful hot springs with medicinal properties? If the legendary hot springs do exist, we must find them at once. Huh? True relaxation can only be found while bathing in such waters. Every noble pursuit must be balanced by bitter relaxation, and yet we have gone our own lives knowing only imperfect relaxation. It's clear now that it falls far short of what it could be. If those hot springs exist, we must find them and relax in them at once. Yes, your heart is in the right place at least. We might be able to make use of the water's medicinal purposes, or medicinal effects too. Imagine what that could mean for our village. Still, if such miraculous hot springs exist, why is it that we have never seen them? From what I've been able to piece together from the records, the hot springs are on the other side of the old shrine. Oh dear, that explains why they become a legend. The old shrine is firmly within this Sothian's territory. It's not easy, is it? Well, it's not fair, is it? The hot springs could be beneficial to everyone, and yet those wolves are keeping them all to themselves. Those fiends, don't they understand that true relaxation is meant for everyone? I'm not sure that's the biggest issue here. Has anyone tried talking to them about it? I don't know, but we aren't allowed to go near that territory. Well, we'll never know unless we try. I'll speak with Ichiko and see if anyone has approached the Sothians about the hot springs. Their wonder must be shared. I won't rest until we can all enjoy the hot springs together. Oh my, good luck. This truly would have been the ideal day to run through my katana forms, but no, this matter of the hot springs is much more important. Life has been good lately, so I suppose it's no wonder no one wants to disturb the teeniest harmony we have with the Sothians, or Sothians, whatever. Let's see what our leader has to say. Quiet, peaceful, yet somehow authoritative. This place speaks to the power held by Ichiko. Someday I hope my own home will demonstrate such majesty. I did not expect a visit from you today, Atsuko. Greetings, Ichiko. I hope I'm not disturbing you. Not at all. It's such a beautiful day. On a day like this, there's only one thing to do. Katana training. Searching through the accumulated paperwork to see which pieces are better off cast into the fire. Have you visited my office to join the time-honored tradition? Definitely not. Then what is your business here? I've heard there are beautiful hot springs with medicinal properties located on the side of the old shrine. Since there's a southern territory, I thought we might be able to reach out and ask about visiting the hot springs. You should know by now that the southern Sothians never let anyone in their territory. This is different. We wouldn't be causing any trouble or attempting to take over their land, only requesting passage to the hot springs. They could even escort us there if they're so suspicious of our motives. Surely the Sothians want peace as much as we do. This could be the perfect way to bring our people together by sharing the hot springs. Once I could have agreed with your optimism. Once, while worrying the territorial, the Sothians seem amenable to a peace reaching out to them might have been possible. However, that is in the past. They have become fiercely protective of their land in recent days. They defend their borders without questions and do not overlook even the slightest trespass. Visit there were once allowed, but now even those are on the question. Oh my goodness. What changed? I do not know. Well, they must have turned the Sothians against us. Yet I understand that the Sothians are noble warriors. They must understand the value of relaxation. Surely they would never deny us that. Atsuko, I know that look in your eyes. What? You were considering approaching the Sothians on your own, weren't you? Certainly not. I will not forbid it, but I advise you to think carefully about your actions. They are dangerous warriors. Is it worth taking such a risk simply to bathe in a hot spring? When she puts it like that, it does sound rather frivolous. Thank you for your advice. Clearly, she does not yet have a true grasp on the importance of relaxation. What did Ichio say? I'm afraid she says the Sothians are more protective of their territory than ever and would never let us through to see the hot springs. Oh, nor does she seem to understand that it's our duty to pursue such a thing. I'm afraid I can't understand that, Itsuko. At least you are on my side. Yes, even though you have never wielded a sword, you clearly through the truth. You see clearly through the truth. Wow, reading's hard. That we must relax in the hot springs at any cost. Don't you think it'd be rather intense about this? Oh, am I? People have told me that in the past, but why do something unless you commit your whole heart to it? Still though, perhaps I was too. I wish Ichiko saw it that way though. Did I hear that right? You are certainly interested in these hot springs. Well, the medicinal properties of the water could be so helpful. I can mix medicines, but there's so much more I want to learn and study. All this research I've done, but for what? Unless I could actually, if only I knew how to fight. Despite desire for combat from the girl who chose tea drinking over katana practice? From the girl who just nods politely when I show her my blade? Since when do you want to fight? I want to seek out the hot springs, but the Sothians would have no trouble forcing me away from their territory. Maybe things would be different if I were a great swordsman like you. You would actually fight your way through to reach the hot springs? It would be worth it. Then my initial suspicion is confirmed. These hot springs are truly an amazing marvel beyond anything we know, and a true friend would gladly go the extra distance to fulfill such a profound, earnest wish. That settles it. I'll go at once, huh? Ichiko thinks the Sothians will never let us near the hot springs, but that doesn't mean we should give up without even trying. You mean I'll head to the border and make my case? You don't have to do this for me. Ah, but you've convinced me if the legendary hot springs are so incredible that they're captured your imagination like this, then I maintain it is our duty to share them with our village. New main quest from Himari, into the forest. We did it. Oh my god, I'm skipping it. I'm sorry. Beyond the legendary hot springs. Never should have doubted you. Get past the naked anime chicks. Okay. All right, let's go to the world. A forest. Let's go. All right, I think we're doing something finally. Let's get it. I'm well into enemy territory now. I wonder how long it will take them to halt. Oh, notice. My scouts reported your arrival. This is not your land. You crossed the border several months ago. Go home. Let me send a message to your leader. There is no need for that. Oh? I am Eureka, leader of the Scythians. What do you have to say to me? Aha. So the leader of the Scythians came to me personally after receiving word of my trespass? That can only mean one thing. You have anticipated my request and deemed it to be a worthy cause, and therefore you traveled out here to engage with a fellow noble warrior. Don't flatter yourself, little fox. I merely want to see who was foolish enough to invade our territory. I haven't the slightest idea why you're here. Well, I've come this far, so I can't back down now. We've heard stories of the hot springs on the other side of the shrine. What of it? We would greatly like to see the hot springs for ourselves, and perhaps... No. Gee, let me finish. You have your answer now. Return to your own land. Why? Aren't you trying to steal... We aren't trying to steal your territory. We only want to enjoy the hot springs. What right do you have to keep them all for yourselves? The hot springs are on our land. They belong to us. True relaxation belongs to everyone. Ha. They also have medicinal properties that could benefit everyone. You lose nothing by sharing them, and you will gain powerful allies. So will you grant us access? No. No. My masterful persuasion failed. We're under no obligation to share anything with you. How can you be so selfish? Let me put it this way, foolish little fox. These hot springs are reserved for those worthy of them, my people's warriors. I can stand toe-to-toe with any of your warriors. Ha! If that's a question of being worthy, then don't underestimate us. Go back home and abandon these foolish dreams. We'll protect our territory against all invaders, even a foolish little fox like you. Well, it looks like my initial recording failed, so we're back. We are going to run around and get in some fights. I'll be looking over here every once in a while to make sure the recording looks good. And we're just gonna go through a quick little bit of it. Since I've already beat this whole section, we're only gonna play part of it now. So you can push in the left joystick to view your mini map and use the right joystick to lock onto people. So I'll be skipping those. I'm gonna skip all these. Basically, it's just showing you how to play the game. And it looks like I'm not dropping frames anymore. I don't know what happened. For some reason, it was set to unlimited frame rate on the highest graphics, which is fine. It played amazingly smooth, but there's really no reason for it when recording, and it was causing all kinds of issues. So good to know. I put it down to medium. It looks pretty much the same, to be honest, and I locked it at 60 FPS. I don't really need more than that for this game. We're gonna pick up some gold. That should be everything up here. Yeah. We're gonna keep running. And a lot of this stuff is gonna be edited out. So I'm just gonna be jumping around the level as I'm going to fight so you guys can see what it looks like. We're gonna work our way to the first save location and then end the video there. I want you guys just to watch the gameplay. And if you want to try it out, remember that you can download the demo right now from Steam and give it a shot. As you can see, the gameplay is really smooth, and I really wish that my initial recording would have shown just how great this game can look. It's not a huge difference between medium and high, to be honest, because I mean, it is kind of more like anime style graphics. Kind of reminds me of like Pokemon graphics, to be honest, the newer like Switch versions. but it just looks great. It feels great how it runs too. Really do hope that they add some sort of animation for that. I'm sure they will since it's a demo, but the fire burst doesn't really have any animation yet. Also, apparently my save file didn't work either, so I don't know if that's a demo issue or just a me skill issue. Oh. Come here, lady. All right, so now you can go into here and get to your first save point, which is where you can save the game, obviously. And then there's also a chest right here that we can pick up. Just wanted to show off some of the, yeah, there we go, save. Okay, apparently there was a save file, but it wouldn't let me load it. Not a big deal. I'm gonna keep playing now that I've gotten back to where I was. But I hope you guys liked the video. If you want to support me, consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.